New information emerging about the man from Novi locked up in Russia accused of being a spy.
48-year-old Paul Whelan was arrested Friday in Moscow. Today, U.S. officials were able to see him for the first time since being detained. Russian authorities say Whelan carried out an act of espionage, but his family here in Michigan denies that claim, adamant that he was in Russia for a wedding. Tonight, U.S. Secretary Mike Pompeo is demanding answers.
We've made clear to the Russians our expectation that we will learn more about the charges, come to understand what it is he's been accused of, and if the detention is not appropriate, we will demand his immediate return.
And Whelan faces up to 25 years in prison if convicted of spying. The Marines also releasing information about his imperfect record of service. And tonight, 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell is live with an exclusive interview with a woman who worked with him at the Keiko Harbor Police Department. Kim, what else can you tell us?
Imagine this is your friend, your old coworker. I spoke to one woman who says she was simply reading a news article online and she realized she knows the man accused of being a spy, currently detained in Russia. It is a story making headlines around the world. This man, 48-year-old Paul Whelan from Novi, is right now detained in Russia. The Russian government says its investigators busted him on a spy mission.
He's just one of the good guys.
Julie Laborde says she read a news article and saw her old coworker's picture. It felt like a punch in the gut.
And I said to my husband, that's Paul. It was shock. It was shock.
She says the Paul Whelan she knows lived a life of service. He served in the Marines, worked as a police officer in Chelsea, and with her in the late 90s as a police officer in Keiko Harbor. He most recently worked as the head of global security for the auto parts supplier Borg Warner. She reached out to lawmakers this morning asking for support in the effort to bring him home to his family.
I still wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but certainly not him. Doesn't deserve it.
We will all work together to try to bring this American home safely.
Congresswoman Debbie Dingell says right now Russia is not providing answers as to what exactly Whelan is accused of doing. She says Russia has a history of making false allegations, and she is working to uncover the facts.
I've seen things in recent years that have deeply disturbed me about actions taken by Russia, and we've seen it in the history of this country's existence. But I am somebody that gets facts.
In the meantime, the Marines released records showing Whelan served multiple deployments, earned many medals for his service over 14 years, and became staff sergeant. However, in 2008, he was convicted at a special court-martial hearing connected to allegations he used someone else's social security number and attempted larceny. He then was discharged for bad conduct. In the meantime, his family insists he was not on a spy mission. They are speaking out today again, calling for his release. They want him home here in the United States. 7 Action News investigator Ross Jones has been taking a look at why he was in Russia and joins us in the newsroom now with more. Ross?
Kim, we don't know what Paul Whelan may have done or even what Russians claim he did overseas. They're not offering specifics, at least not publicly. But posts Whelan has made through the years offer a glimpse into his life and his time in Russia.
I don't think there's any chance that he was a spy.
David Whelan is still baffled as to why Russia would arrest his brother Paul, a Novi resident. David spoke out again today, urging his brother's release and insisting he couldn't be guilty of espionage, as Russian security officials claim. Paul Whelan was detained there on December 28th, the same day he posted on Russian social media he was headed to Moscow for a wedding.
I knew over the years he'd met Russians. I don't know whether it was through work or through his Marine activity, but he'd met people while he'd been traveling around.
Whelan had a V-Contact account, the Russian equivalent to Facebook, and posted there frequently. His posts touched on everything from politics, where he expressed support for President Trump, to sports. He used the account to keep in touch with his Russian friends.
He connected with them on social media, and he would tell us that when he was traveling, he would go and visit those people.
Whelan frequently made posts celebrating Russian holidays. On May 9th, he posted in Russian, "Congratulations on Victory Day." In 2017, he celebrated Defender of the Fatherland Day, a national Russian holiday honoring the military. Whelan used to have a website documenting his visits to Russia. Now offline, this is an archived version of the site dating back at least 10 years. While the photos weren't archived, the text still remains, including this post, where Whelan wrote about visiting the headquarters for Russian intelligence, writing, "This is where the KGB has our spies locked in the basement." Now, we do know that Whelan is currently in a Russian detention facility. That's where U.S. Ambassador to Russia John Huntsman visited him today, according to the State Department. Beyond offering the embassy's assistance, officials wouldn't say what Huntsman and Whelan discussed or what exactly Whelan is even accused of doing. We're live in the newsroom. I'm Ross Jones, 7 Action News.
All right, it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. Ross, thank you. Make sure to stay with 7 Action News and WXYZ.com for any new developments on the Paul Whelan controversy.